I see you have Steady Cash on your shirt. I
Yeah.
mean, that looks like merch to me. So tell me about it. Like, what is it? What does it represent?
So this is Steady Cash Music Group. That's the label, and pretty much, Steady Cash is it's really a state of mind. It's the state of mind that I'm always in, you know, on multiple levels. It gets kind of deep because it's like, as artists, we want steady money from our skill and our talent, and that's probably the most difficult thing to do. It's easy to, get a 9 to 5 and, have that security, which really still ain't even all that secure. If you think about it, you can go get laid off tomorrow, because the company want to go somewhere else. But I feel like if you can make your thing, make a solid foundation for your thing and make your thing work, then you'll be getting that steady cash. And it don't even really gotta be money for that matter. You know what I'm saying? Your goals might be, to just be able to live off your dream. You don't want to be wealthier. Your goals may be, I just want a steady household. I just want a wife, kids, a family, all that, whatever it may be. That's your cash. That's your prize. So, steady cash is just a mind state. It's just sticking to the script. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nothing detour you from getting yours and staying down. You know what I'm saying? Fire, huh? Got deep on their ass real quick.
What is the name of your beat tape?
The name of the beat tape is Before Summer Ends. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, what can I do? What can I put out before summer ends? Just kind of to offer my opinion. I feel like the summer is usually very, it's very open in terms of upcoming artists and upcoming producers. It seems like the market is more acceptable if you got something good and something quality to offer. So I thought about it on the 405 in that stupid ass traffic, and it came to me. I said, what can I put out before summer ends? Boom, there's my title.
How did you even come up with the concept, Before the Summer Ends?
Being that I'm from the West Coast, I'm from California, I look up to sounds like DJ Quick. That's number one off top. DJ Quick, his sound is unmatched. Warren G, G-Funk, of course Dr. Dre, Daz, Snoop, those type of production is what I like, so I figured, the way I grew up, we used to have house parties before, niggas was renting out clubs and having their little party cliques. We was having house parties and things like that. And in California, that's really what we known for, the backyard boogies and all that. So, that usually takes place in the summer. So I said, let me do something like that. I want to do something with just all slaps. But then as I got into it and I kind of started discovering myself and discovering my sound, not all of summer to me is all slaps. You might have that player vibe. You might have that late night vibe, you know what I'm saying? You might have some kind of groove vibe to it, you know what I'm saying? Where you kind of just cruise down to PCH, top down type shit. And that's pretty much what it was. And then as I thought about it on a deeper level, I started kind of just thinking about things that I've been through, where I grew up, where I've been, things like that. And it made me really think, every summer is different. You know what I'm saying?
Look at I found Daddy. Found this.
We can't get that.
Daddy Dewey's.
So we just saw, your son just came in and interrupted you. Like, how do you deal with just balancing dad life and, producer life and, designing your own merchandise? Like, how do you do it? How do you balance everything?
I mean, life is about balancing. You know what I'm saying? Life is a balance. You know, so sometimes when I'm working on stuff, you know, my kids will come in here and they'll want to make beats with me, or they'll want to just, you know, lay down on the floor and hop on their iPad or read a book while I'm making beats, and that's cool. I embrace that. You know, I embrace that. Same thing, you know, with my merch and stuff like that. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Photographer Manny, because he's hella talented too, and he helped me out a lot. He you know, he's my photographer. We bounce ideas when it comes to project artwork. My very first project, Day and Night, the beat tape, which is still on all platforms. He actually hand painted that artwork.
So what do you mean by every summer is different?
So I feel like just based on, or just depending on where you've spent summer, you know, summer can mean something different to everybody. You know, for example, you know, I grew up in a neighborhood, Coima, California, where it's a lot of gang activity out there. And you know, even though you know, I'm not in a gang or anything like that, you know, when you come from Pacoima, you either got family from a gang, or you got friends or best friends from a gang. And you know, when I say friends, I'm talking about like day ones from the sandbox. So when you have something like that, you still know about the culture, you're still in tune with what's going on. So in the summer over there where I'm from, that's when things really get active. And you know, things is active all the time, but in the summer, you know, it get hot. You know what I'm saying? So that may sound a certain way. You know what I'm saying? That may sound like that may be some more turned up type vibes with the heavy hitting drums and, you know, more active type sound, versus, you know, more on the west side of the valley where Calabasas is at, things like that, and then kicked it over there where that may sound a little more playerish, you know what I'm saying? Or that might sound a little more happy. So I just mean, like, you know, the beach might have a different sound or a different vibe, you know. The beach might have the player vibe, but everything just sounds different. And so that's pretty much what I meant by, you know, every summer is different, or every summer to somebody is a different interpretation.
What vibe do you feel when you listen to each track?
Just that. The vibe I feel when I listen to each track is, you know, there's a specific one on there called 7 and 7, and that one specifically gives me that's the type of mood I'm usually in. 99.9% of the time it's a player vibe. It's something that you can just cruise to, you know, relax. You know, you might be sipping on something light, you might roll something up, you know, and you just chilling. You might feel like, damn, it's a nice ass sunny day on this Sunday. Let me drive down to PCH and just feel the breeze and roll something up, you know. On the other hand, like I said, I got stuff on there that sound like some nighttime vibe, where you might just be at like a player ass backyard boogie where it's a pool party. They got the lights going on, you know what I'm saying, the little tiki torches and all that, and it's just a little kickback vibe. You'll definitely feel where I'm coming from when you hear each one. Definitely a different vibe.
So what does before the summer end mean?
You know, really, before summer ends is just my take on what summer sounds like to me. You know, I've experienced a lot of different things, so what summer sounds like to me is what these 6 tracks you're gonna hear sounds like.
So we can see your beat tape cover back there. We see the front cover and the back cover. How did you come up with the idea of, you know, the red cups in the pool, or what does that even represent?
Just being a producer, I got a very specific vision when I set my mind to a concept or something like that. I see certain things and I see them done a certain way. And when you get with other creative people, they kind of fine tune that vision. So with that, pretty much, as soon as I came up with the concept before summer ends, first thing I thought about was a daytime shot of a pool with, like, you know, it just looked like it was just a poppin' ass pool party, and they just left everything just trash. You know what I'm saying? It's the aftermath of a poppin' ass pool party. So, you know, the floaties in the pool, the red cup, like hella red cups, exaggerated, hella red cups in the pool. You know, and just kind of a dope little shot like that during the daytime, probably like midday, you know, after that hangover wear off. And pretty much I relayed that idea to, again, my dog Manny. I relayed that idea to him, and I said, look, bro, I got the perfect idea for artwork. I said, what we need to do is we need to get hella red cups. We need to fill the pool up with red cups, and then we gonna get the shot just like this. Boom. He was like, okay, that's dope. That's dope. I think we can just get a gang of shots and we can see what works. And so we did that. We went to go shoot it, and I kept telling him, bro, shoot it like this. And when I was telling him that, I'm like, you can't shoot it like this? I'm like, shoot it from up here and get this vision, like, you know, get this vision right here, and the view that we looking at right now, like, capture that. And he was like, all right, like, let me see. He took a couple pictures. Once he took those pictures, he was showing me. I'm like, damn, that ain't it, bro. He like, I know that ain't it. He was like, that's why I'm taking these pictures like this. I'm like, all right. And then he just taking like all these different pictures on stuff where I didn't see the vision, to be honest. We took maybe about over 200 pictures. And then, you know, we went back to the crib. We sat down. We was reviewing them, just going through, just narrowing them down. And then I started seeing the vision. As he started going through the pictures, I started seeing the vision, and we came together on the one, which it just changed, but we came together on the cover. You know, just the detail in it, the simplicity, but also the detail. You know, you got the ripples in the water, things like that. And then, you know, the track list gives you a little bit more detail. It's a little more up close and personal. But pretty much, you know, to symbolize what it symbolizes, it just shows, you know, a vibe of a summer function.
Were there any artists you were inspired by for this project?
Yeah, a lot, actually. There's a lot, like I said, you know, growing up on the West Coast, I listened to a lot of DJ Quick. I listened to a lot of Snoop, Daz, Dre, Tupac. A lot of that stuff inspired me. You know, like when you listen to the West Coast music now, you can hear the influences in all the different producers and all the different artists. Battle Cat, I didn't even say that, but Battle Cat definitely influenced me also. I just feel like those guys got a different type of groove and different type of vibe to their music. Like they hella slept on, in my opinion. You know, the real West Coast people, they know what's up, you know what I'm saying? But they got a real specific vibe to their music, and that's something that's like unmatched. That's unmatched. So I'm just, you know, trying to take what I feel I like from them, put my own little thing on it, and moving like that.
What is your process like in terms of the initial idea from each beat to a complete project?
So my process from each beat, I go into it kind of already knowing what vibe I'm looking for. So, you know, I know what type of sounds I want to use, and I'm already thinking of the drum patterns and everything like that already in my head. So I kind of know what direction I want to go in. That's for each beat. For a project, it's funny you asked that question, because with this project, I had already had everything set all the way, you know, uploaded, ready to go for iTunes and for Spotify and all that. But I had to call Audible real quick, actually twice, in the terms of there was one beat on there that I was like, I don't really know if that fits. At first I felt like it did. When I first uploaded everything, I felt like everything fit real nicely. But after going back listening to it again, I'm like, nah, that ain't it. So I left it on there. Luckily, you know how it go when you upload everything, they don't take it right away. It takes a couple of days for them to really review it and post everything. So luckily for that, you know, I went through some more beats that I had made or whatever, and I'm like, oh, this is the one. Boom, pulled that, you know, arranged it, did my thing, threw it on there, boom, done. Up until literally the very last day, I went back, listened to that one I threw back up there, and I'm like, nah, that ain't it either. And I already knew which one in my head that was gonna go on there. I'm like, nah, this is for sure it. And so I threw that one on there and listened to the whole project again all the way through, and that one did it. That was the missing link. So you know, that's pretty much the process. I'm my biggest critic, so I review, even to the very last minute, you know, just because I believe in putting your best foot forward. You know what I'm saying? If you put your best foot forward, you know, you gotta live with the results, and I can live with the results. You know?
How do you choose what beats make it and which don't?
Man, it's tough because, like, I'm my biggest critic. I'm my biggest fan. So, you know, when it comes to that, I make beats every day. So I could have a project done, and then I just made some fire a night ago or 2 nights ago or whatever, and I'm sitting with the project, but then again, you know, I'm listening to the batch of beats I just made, and so, you know, I'm kind of fighting with it. But at the end of the day, really, it just comes down to a feeling. So, you know, if there's something in me that's just not sitting well, I'm not able to just, you know, flow with the project, listen to it and feel good about it, then, you know, I know some changes got to be made.
Pretty sure you've had many ups and downs in this whole process of, you know, producing, and I'm sure it wasn't always easy. I'm sure you've had your moments where you wanted to give up, but how would you describe, or what advice would you give to somebody out there that's in the same shoes that you're in?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still on the grind myself, obviously, but if I could offer any advice to anybody out there, and it sounds cliche, and it's funny because I be thinking the same thing. You know, I watch interviews of my favorite artists or producers or people that just inspire me, and they always say the same thing. Successful people always say the same thing, where they say, you know, keep going, don't stop, keep going. Which is true. It's true. You know, you have to keep going. You are gonna feel like quitting. You are gonna feel like you ain't good enough. You are gonna feel like, you know, whatever. But like I said, the biggest thing is that, you know, you gotta have confidence in yourself. You know, that's the biggest thing. So I've always been confident in what I do. You know, I know when I can do better. I expect a lot out of myself. So when I start getting down and feeling like, okay, maybe I should rethink this, or maybe this ain't it, you know, I think about all the stuff I done been through, all the stuff I done put into it, all the stuff I done sacrificed, time with my kids, things like that. And you know, it is gonna get hard, but anything worth having, or you know, yeah, worth having, or worth going to get, is gonna come with some resistance. But it's up to you to recognize that, and take that with a grain of salt, and keep moving. You know what I'm saying? It's too easy to quit, you know.